Greetings and salutations to all of my lovelies out there. As always, I do hope that you are all having a wonderful day or evening. Now, let us kick things off with today's weather forecast. Oh my. Could it be? Why, I do believe it is. Well, folks, looks like we're going to be expecting a whole new series on this YouTube channel. A series that from this point forward will be known as Why Not Play, a series focusing on yours truly and whoever else may want to participate, as we play whatever games of our choosing, showcasing only the best of the best, and filtering out all of those annoying and awkward silences, of course. Because, as the name implies, why not? Now, I've been wanting to share my gaming experiences on this channel for honestly quite some time now, because gaming is something that I have thoroughly enjoyed doing for a very long time now. In fact, for over half my life, alongside watching other people play games and even dabbling in game development myself. And only recently have I finally gotten the opportunity to begin sharing my gaming experiences with all of you. Now, I didn't want to start off too big or too small with this series, and I also wanted to do something that I genuinely wanted to do and would have fun doing, as is typical for anything that I do or create. And after some consideration, I ultimately decided that I wanted to pay homage to a small game that I remember really enjoying back in 2019. A game known as Return by Psycho Flux Entertainment. Now, to be fair, a lot of people probably don't know about this game, and honestly, that's kind of the point. I wanted to give this somewhat not very well-known game some much deserved attention. Well, much deserved in my personal opinion. Now, for the majority of you who do not know what this game is about or what it even is, it is a very simple 2D platformer where you play as this cute little soul trying to return home. Hence the name of the game, Return. Now, the game isn't all that complicated by any means, with an average playthrough being, I would have to say, roughly 10 or 20 minutes, assuming you know what you're doing anyway. Unlike yours truly, who took 20 to 30 minutes to finish the whole game, because my gamer skills were rather rusty, which resulted in me consistently screwing up, which would then result in a domino effect of me growing increasingly frustrated and subsequently screaming at the top of my bloody lungs. Which, if you decide to go and watch that video, aka Why Not Play Return, fair warning, it gets loud at times. So a fair warning to anyone out there who does not want to go deaf, I would personally recommend you either watch the video at a low volume or just do not wear headphones, if you were thinking about it anyway. And now, as for the drawing that you see me creating in this video, instead of doing just a basic intro or going straight into the game itself, I personally opted to go for a custom intro with custom assets made by myself, respectfully, in hopes that it would contribute to the quality of the video, along with giving it an extra personal touch, if you will, which is exactly what you see me creating here. Now, of course, I did put all of these assets together to share on my other social media for anyone who may be interested. And if you just so happen to be one of those said people, then I humbly recommend that you go down into the description of this video, or perhaps the description of this YouTube channel, and check out my other social media, where I mostly share art and sometimes some other things that I don't share on here. Now, one other thing that you may or may not have noticed is the different software that I'm using to create this piece. Now, during this time, I was still transitioning from my old laptop to the new desktop that we had just recently got. And by we, I mean me and my father, for those of you who may not be up to speed. And I had yet to set up Paint Tool Sai on the new computer at this point, but since I wanted to do some pixel art anyway for the video, since the game itself is an 8-bit 2D platformer, I instead decided to utilize another piece of art software that I had not touched in quite some time, and was also readily available to use through my Steam account, which I had in fact set up by that point. A lovely piece of software known as Aseprite, which is used to create digital art and animation in the 8-bit or pixelated art style. Now, I originally acquired this software for game development purposes, and still primarily use it for just that. However, as previously mentioned, this time around I wanted to use it for creating the assets for what will be the first gameplay video posted to this YouTube channel, mainly because the game Return itself is 8-bit, and I thought it only befitting to make my art for the game 8-bit as well. Now, I do believe this is a pretty decent time to start wrapping things up for today, and as per the usual, thank you all so much for joining me here today, and I hope every single one of you has a wonderful rest of your day or evening. And until next time, toodaloo, my lovelies. Mwah!